going? This is Team Limited Slip with another install video. And yeah, we know the car in the clip that just played is a different car. That's an FRS. We are working on a GR86. However, what both of these cars have in common is that people love taking them out to the canyons, where sometimes accidents can happen, but don't worry, Team Limited Slip's got you. We're gonna break this install down step by step. So let's start out with the tools you will be needing for the job. I have posted the sizes you'll need for the sockets and wrenches and the basic tools you'll need. You can use air tools or hand tools for this job, but make sure you have a torque wrench because some things do need to be torqued down. Alright, so in this video we'll be taking off the lower control arm. Let's start off by removing the wheel. Next, we're going to take off the cotter pin from the ball joint. We'll remove the nut from the ball joint. Once you remove the cotter pin and the nut, there's special tools you can use to remove the ball joint from it. In our case, since our car had damage, the ball joint literally just fell out. These are the tools you can use to remove the ball joint. Nothing crazy, you can find them online. Or you can just use a hammer since you will be replacing the whole control arm. Next, you can remove the nut and the bolt that go to the control arm. After that, you can remove the nut and the bolt that go to the other side. You can use a wrench to hold one side, and then you can use another wrench or the air gun to remove the other side of the bolt. Once you do that, you can go ahead and slide the long bolt out of it and remove the control arm. This is a very important step. Before you remove the control arm, make sure you have the right control arm for the right side. The next part's easy. Just go ahead and put the control arm on the stud, and you can use a hammer to tap it into place. Make sure you align the hole, because in that hole you're going to slide the bolt in place. Then you can go ahead and put the nut. Once you put the bolt and nut inside, you can tighten it, but not all the way, because you're going to have to support the lower control arm before you torque it to spec. This is the most important step, so make sure that the lower control arm is supported before you torque it. If the lower control arm is not supported in a certain position, you can rip the bushing. Do not over torque this bolt. I'm just using the gun to run the nut close into place. After this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the you're gonna put a nut and the bolt back into the other side of the control arm. Alright, so let's make sure that you support the control arm in the right position before you torque everything. Just in case you've never installed lower control arms, I provided you with a step-by-step procedure from the actual manual on how to do this. So you can go ahead and pause it and read it carefully. This includes torque specs and how to load the control arm properly before torquing anything. Once you have everything in place, the bolts in place, the ball joint back into the steering knuckle, you can go ahead and start torquing things down. As you can see, I'm supporting the lower control arm with a transmission jack. I've picked it up to the point where it's loaded. Just a quick note, this applies to both sides of the control arms, okay? So the other side will be the same exact procedure. After you get the lower control arm tightened, go ahead and tighten up the ball joint. These are the specs for the ball joint. It's also a good idea to put thread locker on the threads before installing the bolt. Once you have it torqued down, you can go ahead and slide the cotter pin. So check it out. It's all put back into place, nice and clean. Make sure you double check everything before you install the wheel. And lastly, at this point, you can go ahead and install the wheel. Don't forget to torque the lug nuts. It's always a good idea to get the vehicle aligned after any suspension work. And that's all it takes. So remember to subscribe. Please support us by doing that. We will be doing many more videos on cars like this. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.